So good morning. So we'll start with a backup session today. Okay. So this session is going to be full of question and answers. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you the very first question: why backup? Okay. And I'm going to answer you that when we take backup, when there's a failure or whenever we accidentally deleted data or some disaster happens, we lose data. To restore it, we need to take backup. So there's a standard answer that everybody will give. I want you to give some answer which is not this answer. Don't forget about data loss. Forget about data recovery. Think about something else which means why we need to take backup. Yeah. So go with it. What would be your answer? Forget about data loss. Think only about something different, because nowadays the system SAN and other things have been came up with some robustness using RAID and other methodology. Data loss is very much minimized. So there's no need of taking backup for data recovery. There are many other features available. So forget about data loss. Tell me something which is outside this preview of taking backup for auditing purpose. Okay. So for auditing purpose, we take backup. Okay. Like for example, EDC password is one of the classic example. Okay. So every month I take EDC passwords backup on first of every month, 1st Jan 2015, 1st Feb 2015. I take EDC password backup so that at some point in time an auditor comes to me and asks, tell me who are the users created between 1st Jan 2015 to 1st March 2015. I take these two files, compare and find that who are the different in user list. They are the new users created between this time. So here there is no data recovery, right? It's about comparing data or providing input for auditor. We use backup for auditing purpose. Good example. Next. No? Okay, configuration backup. Like configuration backup. Why we need to take configuration backup? For example, the IBM power servers can have 1024 LPARs. Yeah. So if you want to replicate the same 1024 LPAR configurations like LPAR names, their CPU memory network configurations, you cannot go to another physical power server and go to HMC and create all these 1000 LPARs. Yeah. If you want to do this for thousands of servers and create thousands of LPARs on each server, it is again going to consume more time. So there's an option, something like sysplan. I'll show you in the upcoming sessions how to create a sysplan, how to import it on another machine, and then recreate the same setup within minutes. You need not spend hours or days for recreating the same setup, same configuration on another machine. So configuration backup is one of the examples. Go ahead. What next? Cloning. Okay. So cloning, like I install one machine, configure with application, database, and some whatever is required. I just create it on one machine, take an image of it, that's called templating or cloning, and then deploy it on thousands of machines. The deployment will be much faster. Okay. So far in AIX class, you have seen installing OS through CD. How much time did that take? 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Installing OS took 1.5 hour. And you have to get it to a TL level of TL3. How much time will it take to get to TL3? Another 1 hour, 2 hour. And then you have to install a database, Oracle database and all. If you want to install, how much time it will take? Install, configure, set the database up and running, installing the application. So setting up one machine with all this feature will take minimum 7 to 10 working days. After 10 days, you create one fully running machine. And that's going to be your template. And if you want to create a similar kind of OS installation, TL upgrade, database and application on thousands of other machines, you have to spend 10 into that many number of installations. It's going to be a very longer time. It takes years to complete that activity. But instead you create this one machine, clone it, or we call in Windows ghost image. You make this as a ghost image and deploy it on 1000 machines. How much time will it take for a ghost to deploy the same 10 days work? Within 1 hour. And Ghost can do parallel deployment as well. In same 1 hour, 1000 machines will be deployed. Here again, it's not data recovery. It's about making easiness of the work. Nowadays, backups are used for such purposes. There are many other, like roughly 10 to 15 other examples I can give. At this point in time, we take these core things. Yeah. If you go through the PPT that has been shared, you will find that other 9 or 10 more examples where backup is not used just for restoring data. It is used for many other purposes like this. Yeah. So this session is not going to how to take backup or how to restore. This is about creating an idea for you about the understanding of why backup and why restore. Then I will tell you the command lines to how to take backup and restore. That's only a 5-minute job. So understanding is very important. So let's go with this. So you're clear with why backup? Okay. Now the second question is the difference between OS backup and data backup. Okay. So the answer for this is OS backup is backing up OS, data backup is backing up data. That anyone can say. Tell me some other answer which suits OS backup and data. So OS backup is not copying C Windows or /USR directory in Unix to another directory or another tape drive or CD drive. Doesn't mean that is an OS backup. Okay, copying the root VG to a floppy or CD or tape drive doesn't mean that's an OS backup. Correct? So what's the difference between OS backup and data backup? So for this answer, don't give the traditional answer like backing up OS is called OS backup, backing up data is called data backup. What I want you to think is from the restore point of view. How will you restore? Then you get the right answer. Okay. Just take data backup as an example. Okay. You copied C data to D data. If something happens to C data, how will you restore D data? You go to D data, copy D data to C data. Just to give a copy command, right? To restore the files. So where will you run this command? You need a command prompt to type this command. So you need to have the Windows or some OS running on it. So data backup, we need to have the OS already running. We issue a OS command to make the restore. So data backup is very easy. Take the backup using OS, take the do the restore using OS command itself. So for data backup, we already have an OS running, so we need not worry. So from the point of data recovery, it's about issuing an OS command to copy back your data. Right? Okay, how will you restore an OS? You took an OS backup. Your Windows machine, you took a backup on a CD or on a tape drive. Windows got crashed. How will you restore your OS? Huh? Yeah, to restore it, what you do is the backup CD. I hope you would have done the data recovery on your machine on Windows. I've seen that practically. Whenever you buy a new laptop, you install the OS, you configure everything. At one point in time, after 3 months, you find that your machine is fully operational. Then there's an option called data. What is this? Start recovery. What is the name? One key data recovery. You press that button or you execute that command. It will ask you for some 3 DVDs. Put the first DVD, data will be copied. Second DVD, data will be copied. You want to go the factory settings or immediate program. Yeah. If I click factory settings, it will just start the copying. Just deleting everything in C. Yeah. And just copying the factory. No, from where it copies? I don't think. No, first when you're doing it, you have to make the backup. So, oh, that one point, probably that button may be an inbuilt setting. What I'm saying is in Windows, you have an option to have a, I forgot the name of in Windows. You say that start recovery. What the system does is it will copy your Windows and other thing into a 3 DVDs. You have to give 3 DVDs. It will first take the first DVD, second DVD, third DVD. After 1 year or 2 years, your OS crashed. Then they ask you to do a regular such backups. Every 6 months once or 1 year once, you have to take that regular backup so that you can restore to any point. If your Windows crashed, your Windows is not booting on your laptop, what do you have to do? You have the 3 CDs, put the first CD, boot from CD-ROM, that backup CD will boot and it automatically will start restoring. When the first CD is complete, it will eject the first CD, ask you to put the second CD. Put the second CD, copies. So what that backup contains? That backup not only contains C windows, it also contains bootable files so that that CD can be bootable, and also it will execute automatic command to restore as well. Why? Because there is no OS. The CD has to be independent of making the restore. Now, can you make a difference between OS backup and data backup? For data backup, you have the OS, you can execute command. For OS backup, you don't have the OS, so that CD should have the intelligence to restore the data, so that the OS also comes back on the hard drive. Now, is it clear what is OS backup and data backup? Okay. So, for OS backup and data backup, we are going to see a couple of commands in AIX. Make sysb, mksysb is for the OS backup. Okay. Save VG is a command for data backup. And for data backup, there are a couple of other commands like tar, cpio, dd, cp commands, move commands. So there are n number of commands are there for data backup. Yeah. So the primary ones are mksysb and save VG. So we'll see that. What is mksysb? How mksysb takes that kind of backup so that it has the intelligence to restore the OS image and also the data. How save VG is going to take only the data backup and configuration information of your LVM, and how it restores the data backup. So these are the things that we are going to deal later. Is this clear? Is this clear? Yeah. So now let's go with the next one. Another question. Difference between full backup, incremental backup, and differential backup. What is the difference between full backup, incremental backup, differential backup? Again, I will say the answer. Don't use that answer. Full backup is taking the full backup. Incremental backup is taking the incremental backup. Differential backup is taking the differential backups. We are used to saying the answer from the question itself. Come with an answer which is totally different. I'm not saying about app OS here. That question has already been addressed previously. Now it's about the type of taking backup. It's a full backup or incremental backup or differential backup. Yes.
The file system which edited is called as differential backup.
Okay.
Whatever the employee editing, whatever the overwriting.
Okay. How to run command? Run Excel.
Windows.
I want Excel.
Windows.
Windows?
Or
Windows R. Excel. Okay. Good. What is full backup, incremental backup, differential backup? Give me some examples. Don't click this. Okay. Good. Working on Unix, getting a bit trouble with Windows. Yeah. Good. Oh, good. What is full backup? You said?
I think files are overwritten.
Okay. What is your answer? What is full increment? These are interview questions. They might ask you. Backup is a very important task. The reason is we are dealing with data. Customer might ask you for that at any point in time. So if you are not understanding these concepts, you may find trouble during your work.
Full backup means full directory to data.
Okay. Taking the full data. Perfect. What's increment?
Incremental means in one directory you add one more file. That file only to take over.
Okay. Only the change. Only the new change. Only one file got added or one file got removed or one file got modified. Only that change, only the changed file you're taking backup is called what backup?
Incremental.
Called incremental backup. Or what is differential backup?
Differential backup inside the file.
Something
Some data information would change. That one only.
What's the difference between the previous one?
The file.
You are saying okay, changes in file is called file backup. How will you take only the data inside that file as a backup? For example, etc password. You take the backup. You call that etc password got changed. What is called etc password got changed?
I know this.
No, file inode won't change, right? When you update etc password file, the inode of the number is the same.
Some extra nodes, some lines are added.
Okay, that doesn't change the inode number. Every file will have one inode number. That doesn't change the annual number. Only you are saying contents got changed. That's what called file change. Now, tell me how will you take only the 4 lines that got changed as a backup? We will take entire etc password file as backup, right? We don't take only the 4 lines as backup. How will you take the only 4 lines as backup? No idea? So let me come with. Okay, let me come with an example. Full backup, incremental, differential. Okay, incremental backup is something like taking the backup of the entire system that includes your OS and data, everything. That's called full backup. Okay, and incremental differential. I'll give an example. Okay, just imagine every Sunday. Is it possible to drag this and get Monday, Tuesday? Ah, good. So these are the days. Just imagine every Sunday you take full backup. You know what is full backup, right? What is full backup? Full backup means you took the entire backup. So on Sunday evening 6 o'clock, you go to that server, put a tape, whatever there inside the hard disk, dump it onto your tape drive or another hard drive using MKSSB or Save Easy. MKSSB to take the full OS backup, Save Easy to take the entire data backup. Now you have the full data backup with you. So now tomorrow your server crashes, restore the full backup, you'll get to the level when you are taking the backup. Is that okay? Now you know what is full backup? Okay, let's see incremental first. Incremental means from Sunday, the next day Monday starts. On Monday, there is some changes, right? Monday, if there's a bank, new DDs will be done. Some transaction would have happened. Transaction not on all accounts, only few accounts would have happened. Correct? So only those changes I'm taking back. It's called incremental backup. So what I do, I just take an arrow key. As the arrow, so, you need to help me. Your stations are shapes. Okay. So incremental backup is from Sunday to Monday, whatever there is a change, only that is being backed up. Is called incremental backup. So on Tuesday, again there will be some change. Correct? Yeah. So Monday to Tuesday, whatever got changed, only that backup. Tuesday to Wednesday, whatever got changed. Wednesday to Thursday, whatever got changed. Thursday to Friday, whatever got changed. Friday to Saturday, whatever got changed. And again on Sunday, full backup. You got it? What is incremental? Incremental means from full backup, the next day change. From previous day to today's change, previous day to today's change, previous day to today's change. Only the 1 day change is called incremental backup. Every day the changes are there, this is called incremental backup. Okay? Okay, let's come to what is differential backup. Fine? What is differential? I'll just copy this. Differential backup is on Monday, whatever the changes from full backup and Monday. Sunday we took full backup. Monday there are some transactions. Only that change we are copying it. It's called differential backup. More like incremental now. Monday or incremental and Tuesday this differential are same. Because the same like Sunday's change to Monday's change. But on Tuesday, the backup is from Sunday. From Sunday. So this is from Sunday. This is from Sunday. You're getting it? Can you make the difference? Just start. Control C. Finding a bit trouble with the new format of Excel. Yeah, so bear with me. You getting the difference? Now what is incremental and differential? Wow, what is incremental? What is differential? 1 day change is called incremental. From last change, today, whatever is changed is called incremental. From last backup, full backup, whatever is changed is called differential. Now you are able to make the difference. You got the understanding now what is incremental differential. You would have heard this from your backup engineer saying, hey, where is incremental backup or differential backup? What backup you need to take? You don't know what it is. You can't answer. Now you know what is incremental, what is differential. Now you can answer. Okay? You got it? Clear? Okay, tell me which backup is better, incremental or differential? Why incremental? Differential is better. No, I'll go with all your answers. But tell me why incremental is better. Huh? What's that? Incremental comes the data that's been backed up is less, so you can use small tapes. Just consider it's data. Incremental is better. Okay. How about
memory?
Then okay.
Memory is important.
Perfect. Why differential is better, Vicky? Why do you think differential is better?
Because from last full backup, we can able to
Restore.
analyze what is also what
Okay. So I am going to say that all backups are equally important. It depends upon your requirement. It changes. You are thinking about one scenario for which incremental backup is good. For another scenario, that is bad. For one scenario where you thought differential backup is good, for another scenario that is bad. So let me take that as an example. Okay. Every day there is a 10 GB change. Every day there is going to be a 10 GB change. So on this side, I am going to have only 10 GB. I put a 10 GB tape drive, take 10 GB backup. What is change? Over here I take 10 GB data, change. So every day is going to be 10, 10, 10, right? So I can use the same type of tape every day for incremental backup. When the change is huge, every day 10 GB change. So I go for incremental. So I can use the same kind of tape drive and I can take backups. Yeah. But in differential, what happens? First day is going to be 10. Second day I need a 20 GB. Third day I need a 30 GB tape. Fourth day I need a 40 GB tape. Then I need 50 GB. Then I need 60 GB. Then I need 70 GB. Correct? You buy this? So on your case, you are right. When the changes are huge, then I go for incremental backup because the time taken for taking this 10 GB backup is quite quicker. But for 80, 70 GB, it is going to take much longer time. So when the changes are huge, then I go for incremental backup so that it is very easy for me to use the same tape and quicker backup. Only changes needs to be done. So I go with your plan on incremental. But when I can take his scenario and answer, incremental will be bad, differential will be good. Okay, let me take the example, and the size is small. The changes are small. In that case, now just imagine Wednesday or Thursday, we'll take Thursday. On Thursday, server outage. You know what is outage? On Thursday, server got crashed. How will you restore your data? What do? You put the full backup. So when you restore, the server will be up to Sunday stage. Last Sunday, how the server was there, the same stage, it has come up when you restore. If it is incremental backup, put the first tape, restore, second tape, restore, third tape, restore, and then only finally you get to this one. But in differential case, put the full backup and only this tape restore. Within 2 tapes, you can get the restore. Correct? And when the size is small, then you don't waste much. For example, daily there's only 1 GB, 1 GB change. So it's going to be 1 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB, 4 GB, 5 GB, 6 GB, 7 GB, 7 GB. So in this case, if the size is small, then you can go for differential backup so that you have small tapes and only a couple of tapes to restore. So it's based on your data, how much you are backing up, how much changes are going to happen. You have to choose incremental or differential. So both answers are right, but it's only partially right. Depends upon your scenario, you are right, but based on his scenario, you are wrong. Based on your scenario, Vicky, you are right, but based on his scenario, you are wrong. These are 2 scenarios. Now you know how it is differential backup and incremental backup? Yeah. For data volume point of view, incremental backup is best. If you have a bigger volume of data to be backed up, changes to be backed up, incremental is best. Okay. Okay, how will you take this incremental backup and differential backup? Okay, so there's a command called backup and restore. In AX, we have the backup and restore command. So I'll tell you how the command works. Okay, you know about inode, right? Every file has an inode. So on those inode, there is a flag for backup. If there's, I told you that during inode session, there's something called change date. Whenever the date gets changed, that means that the flag will get up, which means that this file got changed. Okay, so for full backup, you give a command called backup -i0, I small letter. Okay, don't worry about this. We are not going to use this command. SMITI backup, it will take you there. But what I'm going to tell you is, whenever you say, I'm going to just introduce that 2 lines here, so that you get an idea. That I value, okay? For incremental backup, first one is this full backup. It is called I0, right? -I0. Is -I0. Okay, so that means that's full backup. What is for Monday? -I1. -I1. You getting it? -I2. -I2. -I3. You're getting it? I think, can we?
Plus 2 and 3.
Is that fine? Okay. So now what the system does is, whenever you are taking backup -I0, it will take the full backup. When I say backup -I1, from 0 and 1, whatever files got changed, only that will be taken. When I say I2, 1 and 2 will be taken and not 0 and 1. So every time when I take I1, I2, I3, the change flag will go down. When I take I0, all flags will be down after taking backup. During Monday, 10 files got changed. Only those 10 files flag will be up. When I say I1 backup, only that one change has been taken backup and flag will be dropped down again. On Tuesday, some 20 files got changed. 20 files will come up and only these 20 files are backed up. After I1, I2, I3, what happens is, taking backup, the flag will be brought down on the inode so that only fresh files are taken backup every day. Now you know how backup, incremental backup is done. Okay, how are we going to take the differential backup? -I6. What's it? Yeah, here we are going to say only I6. Okay, what is I6? So take the differential backup. Backup -I6. Okay, so it's same like, what is 6? 6 is supposed to be Saturday. So on Monday, when I am taking the backup, what happens is, after taking backup using I6, it will see today is Monday, today is Saturday. No, today is not Saturday, today is Monday. So the flags will not go down, it will still stay there. On Tuesday, again you run I6, it will check today is Saturday, no, today is Tuesday. Another 20 files, so 30 files will stand up. So when it reaches Saturday, till Saturday, it will not put the flags down. It will take the entire 10 files, 20 files, 70 files, 90 files. So all files will be backed up since the flag has not been dropped because of the I6. 6 stands for Saturday. It will check today is Saturday, not Saturday. Then inode flags are not brought down. Is that clear? You're getting it? How differential and incremental backups are done? You will do restore. It will restore the files to the respective files. Is that clear? What is incremental, what is differential, and what is full backup? Okay? Yeah. So I'm not going to stop there. In backup, there's one more terminology is there. It's an interview point of view. This question you need to have a good knowledge. Okay? During OS installation, you will be asked 3 questions, 3 options rather. Yeah? What is overwrite install, preserve install, and migrate install? What is overwrite, preserve, and migrate? So whatever the question that I've asked so far, all are the interview questions. I'm not taking the class, I'm taking interviews. Yeah, so please take in that fashion. Okay. So what is overwrite install? Already you have Windows, already you have AX 6.1, that will be erased, and whatever CD you have put, that CD will install. If 7.1, it will install 7.1. You will put 6.1, 6.1. So previous OS will go off, fresh OS will be deployed. That's called overwrite. What is migrate? Migrate. We will come to preserve. What is migrate?
It will not erase. It will just copy.
So already I have AX 6.1. Now I put a 7.1. It will become AX 7.1. It's upgrading from 6.1 to 7.1, but it just not only upgrade the OS, it also take your configuration also. Like you have hundreds of users in 6.1, even those hundreds of users will be there in 7.1. You have some number of file systems created, even those file systems also will be there. You install some software, even those softwares also will be there. This is called migration. So you said like Windows 7 to Windows 10. When you migrate, what happened? Those applications also have been migrated. Now you know what is migrating? Going from one lower version to another version is called migration. Is that fine? What is preserve install?
That means both we can able to. Suppose you have to go to Windows 7, we can activate. Windows 8,
You're partly right, but not that case. In a preserve install, moving from AX 6.1 to AX 6.1. It's not AX 6.17, that's migrate. AX 6.1 to AX 6.1. Why we have to do this?
changes
Just OS corruption. USR bin, USRS bin, USR lib. These are the files or the OS files. When it gets corrupted, we need to restore those files, right? For which what we do is we do preserve install. Preserve install will find faulty files or defective files and restore only those. So in
Windows network loader missing,
only that file you will just restore it, right? That part is taken care of by the preserve install. So that is more like migrate, but it doesn't migrate to the next version. Same version, whatever files got corrupted, that will get be restored by using preserve install. Interview, they will ask you the difference between migrate and preserve install. They will also ask you during preserve install. We should be very much careful with the question. It's a googly. You know what is googly? Yeah, you know what is googly dusra in cricket? What is googly and dusra?
spinner.
Yeah, batsman will expect a leg spin, but it become a off spin. Maybe expecting an off spin, it gets a leg spin. So that's called googly and dusra. The same way, the question is like this. They may ask you the difference between preserve and migrate. The second question is the googly or dusra. The dusra question is, in preserve installation, what are the directories got changed? What directories get replaced? USR, OPT, VAR, we know that directories, right? OS directories. What gets changed is one way of asking. What doesn't get changed is another question. What gets and what doesn't get are a dusra question. You should be very much careful with your answer. Okay? What gets changed is a list of directories. What doesn't get changed is other than this, others get changed. So be very much careful with your answer. What gets changed and what doesn't get changed. Please read your question and answer it. Don't go blindly. Oh, it changes USR, this. You just tick that. But the question is, what doesn't get changed? So be careful on that point of view. Yeah? Is that fine? Yeah. So, I think he has some points to make. But this is a question for you. You have to search in Google or IBM site to find the difference. What are the file systems that gets changed during preserve install? Anything other than that doesn't get changed. So you have to find the answer for this. Yeah. So he has pointed that var, home, can file systems like this doesn't get changed. Others get changed. So I want you to find it. That's an exercise for you. Yeah. I'm going to share the exercise that has this question. You have to find the answer. I don't want to reveal it now. Some self-study has to be done. Yeah. Tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do. Yeah. So is that fine? Yeah, are you clear with this backups, restore the different models and all this stuff? Yeah, good. Now let's go and see some of the command lines and how they work. Yeah, so you have the servers on. Okay, is there any server that has been available for? Yeah, NIM is free. NIM is free. Is running or no? Raju is free. Yeah. Somebody using Raju? Oh, just log out. So I'll just make it change settings. Appearance change. Make it 12 volt. Yeah. So I'm going to 4 default passwords. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So how to take OS backup? Command is mksysb. So you type smithy mksysb. You get a Smith panel which says about how to take the backup. You have to just fill the form. You have only one area which is very important, that is start, which is the backup device. You can say Dave RMT0 for tape, Dave CD0 for your CD drive, or you give another directory name where you can take the backup. So you can take mksysb backup just by filling this form, where you can say that create a map file, create an exclude file. What is the exclude file? In this backup, don't take this files or this directories. Okay, so that's an etc/exclude.rootvg. There's a file called etc exclude.rootvg. You have to create one file if it is not there, and just put some entries here. Like I say that during backup, open this file and say that during backup, I don't want to take /tmp. I don't want to take still some directory home Suresh. I don't want this backup. You just select, put this entry here. During mksysb backup, this will be excluded. Okay, so that's what we are telling here, and what are files to be backed up. So just set here, hit enter, it will take backup. This mksysb backup will take the backup of whatever you asked to take backup, and also make the tape bootable. Because this is always backup. Okay, so it will make the tape bootable or CD bootable, so that this image can be used for booting and restore. Now you got how to do the mksysb backup. Very simple. Very simple. Smithy mksysb. The only thing that you want to know is, yeah. So let me just put an entry here and show you the command lines. Exclude, you say tab, yes. If you say yes, then there should be a file called etc/exclude.rootvg, and that files will not be backed up. Now whatever I put temp and home Suresh will not be backed up. Okay. So let's see the command line. So this is the command line. mksysb, yeah. mksysb flags are -e, -i, -a, and the name of the directory where I need to take backup. Dave CD0, Dave RMT0, something like this. Okay, so don't worry. So it's very easy stuff. We normally take mksysb backup through NIM server. When we deal NIM, you will do the NIM backup. So that instead of taking it to backup on tape drive or CD drive, you'll copy to the NFS server on your mksysb, sorry, of your NIM master, so that while restoring, that mksysb is being allocated to your client and it will push. We have seen that in NIM class, right? You remember? mksysb resource, spot resource, yeah, and then we allocate that to a NIM client and it will get restored. Usually mksysb is taken via NIM. Okay, but if we want to take in CD or tape, you can use the smithy mksysb command and do it. Any questions? Okay, okay. So we have another command called savevg. So savevg has very good features. It's not like normal data backup. It's also, you see this, it's just asking one more question: what is the volume group to backup? So you can select what volume group you want. We have only root VG here, select root VG. If it's a data VG, give data VG's name. Is that fine? Okay. So what is the difference between copy command and save VG command? Okay, when I want to copy /data and /oracle directories, I can use copy command, right? Copy from this to another directory and another directory and copy. But what save VG does is, if /data and /oracle are file systems, LVM, then we need to create an LVM to restore. While restoring, we have to give LV commands, right? We create VG, create LV, create file system, then only we have to restore. Save VG will take the LVM configuration also along with the data, so that while restoring, it will recreate those LVMs and then it will restore data. Now you know what save VG is? So the difference between normal copy and save VG is save VG takes LVM information as well. Your partition, file system information as well. That's called metadata. LVM metadata has been backed up. So in the interview, if they ask you, you can say that save VG takes the LVM metadata information along with data, so that while restoring, it will restore the LVM and also the logical volumes, and then it will restore data. You got what save VG? It's very easy. Okay. So for save MKSSB, how will you restore? For MKSSB, how will you restore? Restore MKSSB. You give command restore MKSSB. Then again you didn't get the point right. What is OS backup? MKSSB is OS backup. You cannot, you don't have an OS to run restore SSB command, right? So you have to boot through the media, and media will automatically restore it. For MKSSB, there's nothing called restore SSB. But save VG, you have to have a command because it's a OS side. We already have the OS. Now we have to just give the restore VG command to restore the OS. So you can find that command here. Smitty restore VG. So I'll get that. I think it's not configured. So Smitty restore VG, you can restore the volume. Is that fine? Okay. There are some other basic small backup commands, like you already know CP command. Copy source destination. You know tar command. Okay. Tar is tape archive commands. So mainly we are using CVF, XVF and TVF. Okay. So it's something like tar minus CVF. Okay. Some file name. I say temp etc.tar and say /etc. Okay, let me tell you what it is. TAR stands for tape archive, C stands for copy, V stands for verbose, F stands for files. So where I need to take backup. So it's etc.tar is my target, and which file I need to take backup is under etc. Hit enter. You can see that enter etc is getting backed up. Now we see ls-l/tmp/etc.tar. Oh, sorry. .tar. ls-l/tmp/etc.tar. File is there. When it got created, you getting it? Yeah, probably the date might be mismatched. No, the same because of the time zone or some other issues. Okay, but at the same timeline, 549. There is a file that has been newly created. So CVF, it creates all etc files as one single file called etc.tar, and this is called the backup. You can take this instead of giving temp etc.tar, I say dev rmt0, it will get into the tape drive. Dev cd0 will get into my CD drive. If I have a CD writer, I can take the backup there. Okay. So tar minus CVF stands for copy. C stands for copy. Tar minus TVF /tmp/etc.tar. This is to read the content. What is reading? T stands for table of contents. In those days, whenever you buy a what do you call that? Tape recorder and tape. Yeah, you see songs, right? So if you want to play fourth song, you want to know what is the fourth song. On the back side, there's a label saying fourth song is this song sung by this, right? That's a table of content. So the same way we have a table of content. T stands for table of content. I will say hyphen TVF and the file name. It will not restore. It will only show me the contents of the tar file. You see it? It says the contents of your tar file. Yeah. Same way we have tar hyphen XVF /tmp etc.tar. X stands for extract. Hit enter, it will extract to that particular folder. Is that fine? Yeah. Same way we have CPIO, DD, all these commands. So I'm not going to take that for the time being. what I'm going to do, man CPIO. You have the man command. Search for example. You see some examples here? Yeah. Example 1, example 2, example 3, example 4, example 5. N number of examples are there. Up to 9 examples are there. Try these examples. Okay. And one area you should be very much careful is DD command. Disk duplicate. So you should be very much careful. You make something wrong. This duplicate is not file based, it's block based. It doesn't understand source contains data or not. For example, you have one hard disk full of data. Another is an empty hard disk. Source is full data, empty is no data. Instead of giving source as full data, you give empty data and copy it to the source. Blank will be copied to this. So you should be very much careful with IF and OF. Input file and output file, you should be very much clear on this. Okay. On DD also search for example. Example 1, example 2, example up to, it has a number of examples. 15 examples are there. Just follow through this example, learn it and do it. They're not very frequently used, but as an expert administrator, you should know tar, CPIO and DD commands. Yeah, kind of self-learning, because we have a beautiful man page. You need not need me to explain all this, because this training is an expert level. You should be having a self-learning capability. Execute it. Whenever you find some trouble, let me know. Yeah. So there's also a backup command, man backup. So this is for backup. You can search for example. You can find that I0, I1, I2, that incremental, differential, everything is there. Yeah. Okay. So you can even try Smith backup. I think it should work. It's not there. You can try with backup command and man restore. Command to restore the files taken through backup. Is that fine? Any doubts on backup? Any doubts on MKSSP, save VG? Any doubts on a full incremental differential? Any doubts on overwrite, preserve, migrate? No? Okay. Oh, that's what. That's what my question is. What are the directories that get changed during preserve? When you see that your apps will be installed not in USR directory, it is installed on OPT or other directory. So you will find that if OPT is not getting changed, that means your apps will be there. USR is just your binaries, super user binaries, libraries. That's what your OS is all about, whether that gets changed or not. So just that's an exercise for you. Tomorrow you need to tell me on preserve install what are the directories that get changed. What are file system that gets changed? Is that clear? Yeah. Feeling comfortable with backup? Nowadays, these kinds of backups are not being taken. There's a separate backup team using Veritas Net Backup or HP, some backup tool. Yeah. So there are a number of tools have come. A separate backup team has been created, and those guys will be taking backup. But as a sysadmin, you should know how to take local backups. Very frequently used backup command is CP command. So that's why I advise you before making any change to your system. You know that you are supposed to create a user. You know what are the files that get changed during user creation, right? So before creating user, copy etc password, etc security password and all these files, so that if some auditing comes, you will be able to answer this. Oh, that's what I explained. Backup -I. This I told you, right? Here, incremental backup I1, I2, I3, I4, I6. That's what you go through man backup. Man backup. What is -I? Oh, I'll just show you. Or I'll give you that. You can see that inside this. I'll get you that page. You have to say I0, I1, I2, I3. Based on that, it will take I0 is full backup. 1, 2, 3 are your this one. What is that? Incremental. If we say all I6, 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 that is going to be differential. This is what I told you, right? Here, this is a differential. That's what I'm saying. I6. Give the backup I0 full backup. Backup I1, I2, I3, I4, I6 is your incremental backup. You always give backup I6, 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 I6. That's a differential backup. So when you say I6, it will check. Today is Saturday. No, it's Monday. So it will not put down the flags. Second day, it will check it's not Saturday. Again, it will not put down the flags. So those 10 files, 20 files, 30 files, it keep on adding on to a differential. Okay. Restore command. Just restore and then wait. So this is a man restore command. This will restore. Give the path, it will restore that. And just go through the examples.
These files are working on Windows. Some files are not working.
What files not?
I'm taking program files to backup. I'm pretty sure it's not working.
Yeah.
Command part of service.
That's what you should know about dynamic link libraries. You know about DLL?
Yes.
In Windows, there are two things that to be linked. Just copying files won't work. There are some DLL files that has been hooked to your OS files, libraries. Like for example, you copy a C program, but header files, stdio.h and all these files are not copied. You run the program, will it work? Why? Because scan of printf commands are there in the header files. What you are copying is only your C program, not your header files and other stuff. So that's why it's not working. And there are some registry entries like ODM entries in INX. Windows has a registry. So it's not only copying files, you have to put proper registry entries. Like in registry, you have to go and change from C Windows to D Windows on all the area wherever you find C Windows.
That's why I'm asking how to take backup in the supported file.
I got MKSSB. You take MKSSB, it takes the entire OS image, including libraries, including all the files. You are copying data. Data backup will not give you all this linking connections and all this stuff. You got it now? Good. So I think with which I think we are done with backup. Yeah. So we'll end this session and we'll start with cron. Yeah. So Senthil, yeah, you have some questions. Okay. Okay. Actually, Senthil, this is an exercise for these guys. I don't want to disclose it now. You just do this. What's the difference between preserve install, migrate install? What does get changed in preserve install? Or what doesn't get changed in preserve install? Okay, fine. So in which case, I am just closing this session or I stop recording at first.